Welcome guys, it is the AxeMan here, and today we're going to be doing a top 10 beginner tames for Ark Survival Ascended. So if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure you're whacking a like, make sure you're subscribing so you don't miss any more ASA content, and let's jump right into it. So kicking us off in at number 10 is, of course, the Dodo. Now, technically, you might not actually have to tame this. The reason it's on the list is it's going to help you survive pretty much as soon as you spawn in. This dude, you're going to kill these, you're going to get plenty of food, plenty of hide. That's going to help you progress, obviously eat and survive and make armors and stuff. But if you do tame them, you can have a little army of them. You can use them as bait, I guess, if you're running away. But they also do lay eggs pretty fast. You can eat them eggs, or you can save them up, use them for recipes and kibbles and such. In at number 9, we have the Dilophosaurus. Now, the reason you'd want one of these, they're a nice little defense type of creature. You'd probably grab some of these really early on, really easy to tame. You can literally punch them in the face a few times. Set them up around your base. They will protect as much as they can. They're not the strongest, but they will protect stuff. They'll protect your base. Again, kind of like with the Dodos, they're also a very easy supply of food and hide, so they will help you survive. They just pack a bit more of a punch than a Dodo does. Coming in at number 8, we're going to go for the Dolphin, or the Ichthyosaur, the water creature, the only water creature on this list. So this dude is an easy passive tame. Just have a bit of meat on your hotbar. It will swim up to you. It wants to be your friend. It likes to be tamed. Feed it its meat. There you go. You need to be level 13 for a saddle, so, you know, really early on. But don't expect this dude to be a fighter. You're not going to be fighting the sharks and stuff. It's built for speed. It's built for stamina. It wants you to get in and out of the water as quick as possible. Get your silica pearls, get your oil, and then go home. Number 7, and we're going to go for the Equus, the horse. Now, the reason this isn't higher is because it's pretty rare to get on the island. You don't find them that often, but they are amazing beginner tames. You do need to be level 10 to tame it, but you don't need a saddle to actually ride it. Taming it can be a little bit difficult depending on how good you are at this, but what you need is some berries, but definitely get some carrots. Berries take a long time. Carrots or berries in your last slot. Sneak up to it, press E, you'll jump on it and it will try and like book you off, and you just got to keep pressing E to calm it down every time it gets a little bit crazy. Once you've done that though, you have a horse which has got great stamina. It's a great creature to get about on, and it can even knock other creatures out, which is just amazing. If it wasn't as rare on the island, this dude would be way higher up on the list. In at number 6 is going to be the Pteranodon. Now, I did debate whether or not this should be on the beginner list because a saddle for this is level 38, but I feel like it's just there. It just gets into this list. So level 38, so it's going to be the highest level you need to get a saddle from any creature on this list. But a Pteranodon, it's a flyer. Obviously, a flyer just helps massively getting around the map, avoiding creatures, exploring, getting drops, all that good stuff. And to be fair, these dudes are pretty easy to knock out. Bowler them, shoot them in the face a couple times. Bob's your uncle. There you go. You've got a flyer. You can now get about. And it's a little bit safer now. So at the halfway stage, we're going to go for the Parasaur. Now, this is probably going to be the first tame you tame that you can actually ride on. The saddle for this is level 9, so very early on. Now, why is this dude good? It can carry your stuff. Because at that early stage, you're probably not going to have a big house. You're probably still looking for a base. So this dude's going to be able to carry all your stuff. You can ride him. You're now not on foot anymore, so you can actually ride and not use all your stamina and your food up. Taming it, really easy. Bowler it, shoot it a few times, put some berries in his butt. There you go. And they did add this roar feature to it not too long ago, which means it can now scare smaller creatures away, but also very useful on PvP. It can detect enemies like players or their dinos that are coming around your base, so you'll be able to know they're there before they attack you. So really useful on PvE and PvP. So number 4 might be a little controversial to some people, but I'm going to go for the Dimorphodon. Now, hear me out. Let me explain why. Number 1, super easy to tame. A bowler, maybe 1, 2, 3 trank darts, put some meat in it. There you go. You've got yourself a Dimorphodon. What are you going to use this for? Number 1, a backpack. Put it on your shoulder. You can actually give it stuff to hold. It will lighten the load for you a little bit. Also, from your shoulder, it can also attack as well. So if you're on a Parasaur, if you're on a horse and you're fighting something, this dude will also just bite every now and then. It might not be much damage, but it all adds up over time. And then also, you can tame 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these if you want, and have a swarm following you around, because Wild creatures struggle to hit these dudes. Tamed creatures struggle to hit these dudes. So if you send enough of them in, you can take down some pretty big, juicy stuff. Moving into the top 3, I'm going to go for a Trike, the big boy Trike. Now, level 16 for a saddle of these, and taming these can be a little bit difficult. You've got to make sure you're not hitting their head. You've got to aim for more of the squishy part of their body, their legs and their butt and stuff like that. But once you have one of these tamed and you've saddled it up and stuff, it will be a pretty strong, I guess, like defensive creature. Keep these around your base, keep things out, keep the raptors away. The Trikes will be able to handle them no problem. But you're mainly going to be using this dude for gathering berries, maybe hitting some trees, getting some fudge, getting some wood. It doesn't gather a lot, but it definitely gathers a fair amount, especially for a beginner tame. Number 2 on the list, just missing out on the top spot, is going to be the Raptor. Now, the Raptor is a great tame, but taming it can be a little bit difficult. So they will be in packs more often than not. But if you can separate them from a pack, all you've got to do then is bowler them, shoot them a few times, and they'll be out pretty fast. Their torpor isn't very high. So level 18 for a saddle. Once you get this dude saddled up, this is going to be a great mount to get about on fast. You'll be able to fight most, medium-sized creatures. I wouldn't recommend fighting a Rex with this dude. You can also pounce on small creatures and players as well. So, a bit of PvP going on there. Then also, Raptors have a pack bonus, which just makes them that little bit more strong. A pack of Raptors coming up against medium dinos, strong dinos can pack a punch. You're just going to feel safe and strong, and you're not going to fear anyone anymore. And in the top spot, it's going to be the Mushchops. Now, people underrate these dudes. As a beginner tame, this is by far the best one you want. Taming them is really easy. Literally, walk up to them and ask them, what do you want to eat? And they'll tell you exactly what they want. It can be a load of different things, from berries to fish to cooked meat. Now, sometimes you will run into one that wants something that you don't have, but you just go and find another one. There's plenty of them all over the beaches. Find one that just wants a berry, maybe a bit of meat. There we go, we have a Mushchops. No saddle needed. This will gather so much fiber. Now, fiber is so important, especially early on. This dude gets it by the truckload. It'll also get some thatch for you. It'll get all the berries for you so you can make all your narcotics and all that stuff. And they actually do fight. They actually do pack a bit of a punch, but only when you're riding it. If you have these following you, they will actually run away. They're a bit of a coward, but if you're riding them, they are pretty strong. And you can also upgrade their harvesting levels, which means you can then kill a creature and you can actually get more prime meat or more fish meat from that creature, which will just help in the future with you gathering stuff and things. And there we have it, the top 10 beginner tames on Ark Survival Ascended. Now, do you agree with this list? Do you disagree? Would you move some of the creatures around? Would you remove some? Would you add some? Do you think, I don't know, the Rex is in there even though it's not a beginner tame? But I don't know, do whatever you want. Let me know in the comment section. But anyways, if you did enjoy this type of content and you want to see more, make sure you are whacking a like. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel for more ASA content, following the social medias, all that good stuff. Thank you very much for hanging out. I'll catch you all in a bit. See you later.